So for a quick recap, because I want to record this as a separate video, I've just been streaming this for like an hour and a half going through the stupid Luxion trials, right? And what ended up happening is I completed the final objective, and when I did, I didn't realize my inventory was full of crap. I had a whole bunch of different items, you know, loot was just, I didn't loot collect it. My bad, whatever. So I come over here to finish up the quest and be done with the trials. Because my inventory was full, it never gave me the Luxion packed item. Which means that it's more than likely out somewhere in the overworld where I completed the quest, and I could probably technically pick it up if it hasn't despawned by now. But the fact that it doesn't automatically go into my inventory, for quality assurance purposes, like I basically just wasted an hour and a half of my time. And that's insanely frustrating. And not to mention my resources as well, my flux and the various items that I want back. Give me a refund. God, I wish I could sue for flux. Genuinely, because now I'm soft locked. Like if I want to continue this Luxion quest, I basically have to leave and just craft a new portal. Like that's so, bro, that's just so frustrating. Like I'm not doing that again. I'm not wasting my time. I'm gonna, like, as far as I'm concerned, the devs should just give me a bunch of those free things to open up a portal for that. Like, because I'm not wasting 450K or whatever it is to craft another one. Like, and then there goes my cubits as well. Like, it's so stupid. And then I also lost the extra venturine that I would have gotten from this, which I need, by the way, in order to craft the stupid dragon. I'm pissed. So just adding a little bit of a follow up here. Yes, I came down here and my portal is not here. So the reason why I was so heated about it is I basically wasted 350 cubits for the portal. And these are like only very limited supply. You can only get 3 of these per Luxion visit, which means that I'm essentially going to have to waste an extra 450K flux in order to complete more trials. Technically speaking, it doesn't make that much of a difference in my case because completing the trial would have simply given me more venturine, which would have helped me overall with getting the various resources that I need. What I'm actually planning on doing over this following week with Trove is I will more than likely stream the stupid Luxion event every day. Or maybe I'll skip a day or two and just grind it off camera. I don't know. But the point is, I need to get a ton of venturine, not only to buy the items off of Digsley in the Luxion trials, because that'll end up giving me more resources to craft mystic gear, but I'm also trying to get like a bazillion of the venturine donuts so that I can finally get my hands on the Luxion dragon. Because if you guys don't already know, this Luxion dragon comes in 2 phases. And it is discouraging as all hell because you need to have a whole bunch of the donuts in the first place to get the 100 fragments to craft the egg. But then to hatch the egg, you need an additional 400 venturine, which means that I have to get like, it's close to 800 venturine a day so that I can then end up getting 50 or 56 of these donuts per day, mind you. Then I can end up crafting this dragon before Luxion leaves. Now, granted, I could grind a lot more within a day, but as you guys know, when you end up crafting these various resources for that specific day, the cost to convert those resources it increases exponentially the more that you do it. So a lot of times it's more cost effective to just get the bare minimum that you need for that day and then just keep the rest of your venturine and wait until the next day. This way you can kind of snowball it and make your life a lot easier in the following days throughout the week. Which is why, again, I was so heated about this whole situation. It's just game. Why you have to be mad? Because I was already burnt out as hell on Trove because of Luxion last month. And coming back to this being my first day within not only just grinding Trove, but doing a stream since Father's Day, that was the last Trove stream for crying out loud, to then get a huge slap in the face and say, hey, you just wasted over an hour of your time. I just can't stand it, man. I will let you guys know that I did contact my creator program guy and I told him to let the devs know about this oversight, and they're going to take care of it. He did also mention that I could send in a ticket to get the lost item back, but generally speaking, I feel like that's a little too much effort. And from what I've heard from you guys when you send in tickets, I'm not really looking to get an email in like weeks that then goes, yeah, we'd have to roll your account back to give you the item or something. I mean, frankly speaking, they'd probably give me the item after Luxion was long gone. And I'm not trying to, pick at like the ticket process. I understand that there's, they're very understaffed and there's a lot of people that have problems with this game that are far bigger than what I just dealt with. But it did just kind of come out of left field and really surprise me and make me pretty furiated. I don't know why it feels like I'm defending myself here, but I don't know. It's just for me personally, like I've been really trying to work around a lot of my frustration and anger issues. Not that it's like a big deal or anything, but just through my own self-reflection of having my baby and everything, I'm just realizing that a lot of times I'll end up making a natural response of rage. And I know for a fact that I end up getting that from my dad because when I was younger, he would kind of do that. Not that he was abusive or anything, and I know this is getting way too real, way too quick, but he'd be like, slap the computer or, this stupid godforsaken, whatever. And I tend to do that as well when I get like frustrated. I lose my words and I don't know. It's just something that I'm trying to grow past, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just need an outlet. And that was stupid. They shouldn't have allowed that to go through with the game. Frankly speaking, I'm a little bit shocked that clearing my inventory didn't then just automatically make the item vacuum into my inventory like bricks do when you're playing Trove. And most resources are usually pretty good for that. Anyways, longer rant than it needed to be, but I felt the need to add some context. I also feel the need to reiterate the fact that I'll probably stream Luxion every day, but I might not post all of those streams. I don't know. It depends. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments whether you would want it or not, because frankly speaking, I feel like flooding you guys with doing Luxion streams every day is just like, it's kind of boring, isn't it? But maybe I'll just do it anyways because that's what YouTube wants from me, right? To produce boring content? Right, guys? Is anyone still watching? Sorry, I realized those jokes got very negative. Let's change the energy around and not worry about it. I am still pretty ticked off.